It's Sunday, November 1st, 2020. Before I start this video, and I think you really need to tune into this video because the countdown to chaos has begun, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to let everybody know I'm uploading a brand new video on Patreon this evening, and I'm going to go a little bit more extensively into the chaos and speak about what to expect this coming week. So make sure you check out my new Patreon video. But let's get right into what's happening right now as I make this video. Chaos is getting closer and closer. I just checked the futures market. Markets across the board are down. Dow Jones down nearly 200 points. Oil under $34 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury bond yield down. Gold down. Silver down. Everything is down. So what does this mean? I believe that these markets see chaos and uncertainty coming, and that means that this president is going to be re-elected. I truly do believe that the winner of this election, I'm going to call it right now the way I see it, I do believe that the president will win re-election. And what is going to come with that is a lot of uncertainty, a lot of chaos, violence. We're going to see cities burn. We're going to see businesses shut down. We're going to see chaos. I truly, truly do believe that. And I believe that these markets see the uncertainty and the chaos coming very, very soon. And so again, let me repeat, markets across the board down. Dow Jones currently down nearly 200 points as I make this video. So a lot happening. Yes, England has enacted a stay-at-home order for this infection. I don't believe that has much to do with these markets. These markets see right now, they see what is coming this week, and they see that this president is going to win this election. But look, beyond that, there's a lot more danger out there. We're going to see, obviously, I think, big problems throughout America socially here, no doubt about it. But we've got to be preparing for what is coming beyond all of this. This economy is in big trouble. I was reading an article this afternoon in The Hedge. The crashing rental market could set off the next housing crisis. Now, we got to realize that there are a lot of investment companies that own a lot of these single family residences that people are renting. They are rental properties. You got small and medium investors, big investors that own a lot of these homes that they use as rental properties, rental investments, all the way from the small mom and pop, all the way up to the big box. And what is happening? People are not paying their rent. And we're going to see a lot of the small, medium, and large investors in these single family residences put these properties on the market and sell them. This is what's going to happen. The Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia released a study of unemployed workers last week that estimated outstanding rent debt could reach $7.2 billion before the end of 2020. Moody's has estimated that it could reach an astounding $70 billion if there is no further stimulus. Moody's estimates that 12.8 million Americans owe an average of $5,400 from missed rent payments. So I believe that a lot of this investment money is going to be done in the rental business. I think we're going to see a flood of housing hit the market. What is this going to do to prices? It's going to push prices way down. We will see a flood of inventory hit the market, and prices are going to come down. And this is going to burst the housing bubble. This will be one of the things that pricks the bubble, on top of the massive unemployment and just this massive debt that people cannot afford to rent these homes. And so many of these homes that have been bought by investment money. The mother of all market bubbles. This was a very interesting article I read today, also on The Hedge. In 2020, the Fed poured over $9 trillion into the hands of unnamed trading houses. Nothing went to Main Street but a few crumbs. Main Street needed the help more than anybody, needed it more than ever, and it got nothing. The Fed is doing nothing right now to stabilize the economy. It's doing nothing to create price stability. It's doing nothing to control inflation. It's causing inflation. And it's not working for you or I. It's not working for the betterment of everyone in America. They are doing the opposite. The Fed is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. They have created the biggest bubble in history. And remember, bubbles always pop. It's just a matter of time before this one pops. And the bigger they are, the harder they fall. This thing has gotten so big, so out of control, and we have kicked the can down the road for so long. This is going to be an absolutely massive collapse. This bubble today is bigger and unlike any other bubble in human history. And once confidence is lost in these markets, once it's lost in our currency, the stock market is in very, very big trouble. And I'm here to tell you that the music is going to stop, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Rogers, Great Depression 2.0. Jim Rogers, one of the most successful investors in history. He is also an avid scholar of history. Jim says, history is clear on what happens next as the world is buried under unprecedented mountains of debt that is requiring more and more central planner intervention to keep it from imploding on itself. He goes on to say, what is coming is a clearing of the debt, either via massive default or destruction of the currency it's denominated in. What's interesting is he goes on to say that what he sees in the future is he sees a terrible reckoning ahead. One he predicts will be the worst economic crisis of his lifetime, and Jim is 78 years old. He says, I caution all of you, it's been 11 years since we have had a serious bear market, and I would suggest to all of you that maybe next time when we have a serious bear market, it's going to be the worst in my lifetime. Jim Rogers is worth over $300 million, one of the most respected investors of all time. And I don't agree with everything he says, but I agree with about 95% of everything he says. And there's no doubt what he is saying here is the absolute truth. He goes on to say that this is the worst crisis he has ever seen. The entire economy was shut down. Everything was closed down. There is huge risk everywhere, and you must have a strategy. You must have a plan for what is coming, he goes on to say. Wolfstreet.com, high times, booze and cannabis retailers shine. And I want to close with this article. Jim Rogers says, you better have a strategy. You better have a plan. And I'm here to tell all of you that this isn't the plan. This article in Wolfstreet.com talking about the increase in the purchase of booze and cannabis. This is what people run to in the bad times. You know, we saw this in the Great Depression. People they run to cigarettes, or they run to weed. They're running to booze, drugs, what have you. Look, if you're really planning to prosper during the worst of times, if you're planning to survive the worst of times, booze and drugs are not the answer. You need to have a strategy, like Mr. Rogers says. You need to have a plan. Booze, drugs, weed, etc. That stuff isn't going to fix the problem. It's not going to help you survive. It's not going to put the odds in your favor. Me personally, you know where I stand. You better have some cash put away. You better have some gold. You better have some silver. You better have food, water, and all the preparations. Pharmaceuticals, a tourniquet, a trauma kit, first aid kit. This is what you need. Not a cigarette, not weed, not booze. What you need is what quite possibly is going to save your life financially or physically. So really think about what we're heading into this week. Look, for all I know, the market could go up 1,000 points tomorrow. I'm just telling you what's happening right now. Something's going on in these markets tonight. There is a lot of uncertainty, and I believe that we're going to see some real chaos this week, as I do believe that this president is going to be reelected. If he isn't, then I think things are going to be very quiet, and I think things will go on as usual. until we get more stimulus and until this crash hits. I do believe that no matter who is elected, the economy and the system is going to crash. It's just a matter of who's going to be in office to pick up the pieces and guide this country and pick this country back up and get it on the right track. So we're going to see how it plays out. But as I see it right now, this president will be reelected. Brace yourself, buckle up. We're going to see a lot of chaos this week. And I believe it's going to go on a lot longer than just a week. So make sure that you are prepared for the long haul. Make sure you're walking close to God. Make sure you have all preparations. Look, this is just the beginning. This is what we're going to start to see some real social fallout here. But what's coming after that is going to be a huge economic collapse. And it is going to be a really, really bad one. And so take this time, put the odds in your favor, keep continuing to stay on track, get your preparations, get your life in order, make sure you have a strategy, make sure you have a plan, make sure you're walking close to God, make sure you have a good network of friends or a good church. Things are about to get very, very dark here in America. So I'm going to leave it there on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's quiet. Everything seems normal. But this can change very, very quickly. And if you're following these markets, if you're following what's happening globally, there's a lot of chaos out there right now. And America is beginning to see its chaos. And I believe we're going to start seeing a lot more of it this week. The warning signs have been playing out for months, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've been preparing. If you haven't, you better start tonight. God bless. Talk to all of you very, very soon.